not just to ambush, but at least to get someone to pray for us. So yes, Jasmine, I think your hands remain up. We can ask you to lead us into the opening prayer. Jasmine?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, can you open for us with the prayers?
Humble yourselves for the word of prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thou be done on us as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. From thy is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, now and forevermore. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. So your friends can also say amen.
Amen.
So when you say amen, amen, amen many times, that is good anyway, but we should not make it a fun. So members, we are going to begin our lesson, but I remember very well that when we had our lesson on Tuesday, we learned something, and we really need to first go through what we learned before we begin this one that we are going to learn today. So I want to pick some few of you to remind us on what we learned last time in primary 4 mathematics. Oh, there is Joshua already. Oh, Joshua has gone. Okay, so let me get some people to remind us. Angel, can you remind us? Angel, what did we learn? Yes, Angel. Angel, what did we learn last time on Tuesday? Lisa?
Yes, please, teacher.
Yes, Lisa. What did we learn last time?
I was not there.
Hey, you were absent on that day.
Yes,
Oh, that is that.
today.
Oh, that is why we should revise this. That is why we should revise what we learned last time, so that my Lisa can also come to know what we learned last time. Let's get from Rose. Yet, Rose, were you there on Tuesday?
No, teacher.
Oh, Rose was also not there. Hey, you people, where have you been? Oh, let me now look for someone who was there. I think Deborah was there. Deborah, what did we learn last time? Deborah?
Teacher, I was there.
You were not there. Okay, Jasmine, can you tell them what we learned? Jasmine? Yes, Jasmine.
Teacher, we learned about a shopping list.
We learned about shopping list. Very good. So that is what we learned. And I remember that I gave you some activity for you to do. That is what I remember. So I want us to at least look at just two numbers from the activities that we learned that I gave you last time. I just want us to look at only 2 numbers from the activity that we learned. Let me just try to put the question. Yes, this is the activity. This is what I gave you in the exercise, and they have been marking some few members, those who submitted their work for marking. So this is what we are going to go through, and then we shall go back to our to what we are going to learn today. So members, it is important for us to go through this, and this is correction for those of you who were not there. At least there you will be able to know what we learned. We learned about this shopping list, whereby you make your shopping list to go and buy. So, and there are some few questions that they ask you about this. So let me have some few people to read for us. Number one. Okay, so let's have Casper. Casper, can you read that question number one? Casper? Yes, Casper. Are you there? Okay, so you want to make me to start fearing picking those who are not putting up their hand. Lisa, you were not there. Lisa, can you read the first number? Lisa?
Teacher, I'm not seeing the
How much
questions.
will one pay for 2 apples?
But you begin reading from where they're saying study the price list and answer questions below. Study the price list and answer the questions below. You start reading from there, and then you read for us the list that they have given. Then we can be able to answer those questions. So let's pick Rose. Rose, can you read? Yes, Rose, can you read?
Study the price list and answer the questions below.
Okay, what are the items in the price list?
A cake, an apple, a biscuit, and a sweet.
So you can see we have here a cake and the price is in front of it. We have here an apple and the price is in front of it. We have here biscuits and the price for the biscuits is there. We have here sweet and the price for the sweet is there. So the question is, the first question, who is going to answer for us the first question? This is what we have already learned. Oh, somebody did not, Victor. Victor, can you read question A and you answer it? Question A, Victor. Victor. Okay, Victor is not, we have Daniel Joseph. Daniel, can you read part A of number one? Daniel? Good.
What is the cheapest item?
So what is the answer? If you look at the price list from there, what is the cheapest item according to the price list? Yes?
A sweet is the cheapest item.
So in this case, our friend has said that the cheapest item is sweet. Yes. So when they asked you to find the cheapest, you can be able to look at from the price here. You see that 100 shilling is the lowest price. It's the lowest price that we have there. So let's go to part B. Let's just do this very fast so that we can go back and look at our question there. Okay, so let me get somebody to also give us Okello Caesar. Can you go to part B, Okello Caesar? Yes, Okello Caesar. Anthony. Yes, Caesar. Okay, Okello Caesar is not there. Maria Kizito, can you go to part B, Maria? Yes, Maria. Okay, Ben, can you read and answer that? Ben?
How much will one pay for 2 apples?
So how did you answer that question, Ben?
How much will one pay for 2 apples?
Yes. How did you answer it? So members, from the question, you can see that an apple, that is an apple means 1 apple. So you can see that 1 apple is equals to, or it costs 500 shillings. 500 shillings. So here you want to get the price of 2 apples. The price of 2 apples. Now to get this one, you can multiply 500 shilling for 1 apple, multiply it by 2. So this is how you can get. Now, in this case, when you multiply 5 by 2, what will you get? So you can basically maybe write on your side work that I have here 500. Let me multiply it by 2 to get the price of 2 apples. So here you know that any number. Okay, let me see this friend of mine if it has refused to mute. Okay, who is this one making a bit noise? I think it was Kizito. So let's continue. So to get the price of 2 apples, we can multiply. 2 times 0, we get here 0. Then 2 times 0, we also get here 0. And 2 times 5, we get 10. So in this case, the price of 2 apples is 1,000 shilling. Because only 1 apple is 500. Then if you need 2 apples, you can multiply. But the other day, I also told you somebody can multiply or you can add so that you can get the amount of 2 apples. So, and then you should not forget to put the shillings. Because when I was marking, I saw some of you just putting 1,000 without putting the unit. So there you don't get the marks. Now here they are saying, find the total cost of all the items. So what do we do there? Let me find just an idea there and then we can go back there. Okay, Jasmine, what do we do to find the total cost of all the items? Jasmine?
Teacher?
Yes,
we add
what to see?
We add 1,000 shillings plus 300 shillings plus 500 shillings plus 100 shillings, then 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0, 0. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0, 0. 0 plus 3 equals 3. 3 plus 5, 3 plus 8. 8 plus 1, 9. 1 plus 0 equals 1. Equals 1,900 shillings.
Okay, very good, Jasmine. So you were saying that the price, to find the price of all the items, the total price of all the items, you are supposed to add, and that is what she has done. So she has got, I'm just sorry that we have the space is not for you to see it clearly, but what she has been explaining is very, very correct. So thank you so much, Jasmine, for that. So members, even when you go to number 2, the same way you have been approaching this number is how you can also do number 2. But at least for those who were not there, you have at least got something that we learned last time. So let's just go straight away to what we are going to learn today. Okay, so what are we going to learn today? Yes, so just as I told, we are still going to learn something related to what we learned. The other time we learned about the shopping list, and this list was not put in table form. So today we are going to be completing the shopping list. Completing the shopping list. So in this case, they are going to give us questions in table form. So when they give us questions in table form, what are the keywords that we are going to get there? The keywords that we are going to get there, we are going to find words like items. We are going to find words like quantity. We are going to find words like unit cost and then total cost. So these are some of the words that we are going to be dealing with. So therefore, when we are completing the table, when we are going to complete the shopping list, what are we going to consider? Okay, this is what we are going to consider when we are completing the shopping list. One, I talked about the total cost. In the table, we are going to find what we call the total cost. So when we want to find when the total cost is missing in the table, we are going to be multiplying the quantity given by the unit cost. The unit cost here means the cost of each item, the cost of each quantity. If there are two quantities, that means the cost of each can be maybe 100. So if there are two, you multiply by 2 to get the total. So here we are going to be filling in the gap which is missing under total by multiplying quantity times unit cost. 2, when the unit cost is missing, when the cost of each item is missing, what are we going to be doing? We are going to be dividing the total cost by the quantity. We are going to divide the total cost by the quantity. What I'm taking you through this note is very, very important in filling the table. Now, the table also, when it is missing the quantity of an item, if the item is missing the quantity, but they have given you the total cost and they have given you the unit cost. So for you to find this quantity, you are supposed to get the total cost and you divide it by the unit cost. Now, finally, in the table, in the table also, you can find what we call the total expenditure. So that one we shall be looking at when we are looking at the example. But let me first do illustration before we go ahead. Let me just do illustration of a table that I'm trying to talk about here. Okay, let me try to do illustration of that table that I'm trying to talk about here. So a table can come like this. Okay, a question can come like this. And in the question, they can just ask you to complete the table below, complete the bill, because here you will be having your list of item. You will be having your list of items. So they will be asking you to complete. So now this is what I was trying to explain in a summary form. So they can set for you like this. Let me just have, okay, that is quantity, this is unit cost, and this is total cost. So here, if I have, let's say I have here item. So items are those things that you are going to buy, those things that are in your shopping list. So under item, next to the item, you can have the quantity. What can be the quantity of the item you are going to buy? So here we can have the quantity. I'm just trying to do illustration before we go to look at the example. You need to understand these 3 points that I have put down here. And then after that, we can have what we call the unit cost. Okay, this is our unit cost. In the table, we have the unit cost. Now, if I have here the unit cost, and then finally, you can have the total cost. So here, finally, we can have the total cost. Now, what I mean here is this. For example, the question can now come. Okay, the question can now come. Let's say we have here our total cost. We have here our total cost. Now the question can come and say, complete the table below. Now in the table, they can say the item you have is, let's take for example, Omo, the Omo that you use for washing. Okay, now if you have Omo and the quantity for Omo, they said it is 3, let's say 3 sockets. They can talk of 3 sockets. Let me write the word sockets properly. Okay, Omo, they can say 3 sockets. Let me use this H, E, T, and S. So you have there 3 sockets. Then they say each socket, this unit price here, this unit cost here, it means each. So they can say each socket is, let me even use a very simple, each socket is 1,000 shilling. Okay, each socket is 1,000. Then from here, they tell you the total is not given and they put a dash. This is why we are saying we are going to complete the shopping bill. Now, class, look at what we have said, that if we are going to complete this table, in the table we have Omo, and under Omo, they have given us the quantity. Okay, the quantity is 3 sockets, but the unit cost for each socket, this unit cost here means each. That let's say each socket is 1,000 shilling. Then they are asking you that the total is not given. Now complete that table. So we are supposed to get the answer for this total cost of the 3 sockets, because you bought 3 sockets of Omo, but each socket, 1 socket, you bought at 1,000. So how do you now complete this? This is what the point is telling us. So if you want to get the total cost, you are going to multiply this quantity, which is 3, you multiply it by 1,000. There you will be able to get this. This is how we are going to find the total cost, by multiplying the quantity times the unit cost. So here we are going to find that the question is missing here the total cost. So here the total cost they want here is for all the 3 sockets that you have in your list. You have 3 sockets of Omo, but each socket is 1,000. Now they want the total cost of all the 3 sockets. So for you to get the total cost, you multiply the quantity given by the unit cost. So in this case, for me to fill that table, I'm going to come here and say, oh, they need the total cost. So I will just pick here 1,000. That is the unit cost. And I will multiply it by the quantity is 3. So here we are going to have 0 times 3 is 0. We have 3 times 0 is 0. Also, we have 3 times 0 is 0. And then we have 3 times 1, which is 3. So therefore, under the total cost of 3 sockets of Omo, you come back here and you fill there your 3,000. So this is how you are going to be doing in this case, once the total cost is missing. So when the unit cost is missing, you will be dividing. When the quantity is missing, also you will be dividing. So let's go ahead and look at the example that teacher Tony has given you. Okay, so having seen all this, now let's look at how this table is set. How do they prepare for us the table and ask us to fill in? Okay, so let's look at the table, but recall these 3 points because I will be asking you about them. Now, this is the table, our example 1. Yes, you can study the table carefully. I give you 1 minute to look at the table. Members, are you able to see the table now? Members, are you seeing that table?
Yes, teacher.
No.
Yes.
No. No.
Yes.
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 I realize that if some of you are not seeing, like yesterday somebody was not seeing, I realize that you may not, if you are not seeing, maybe it is because of your network. Because if others are seeing, and for you are not seeing, then it means maybe you have a problem with the network or something else. So now this is the table, and the question says, complete the shopping list below. Complete the shopping list below. So you need to study this table carefully. So if I study the table, I have items. Under items, I have books, I have pens, I have rubber. Then we come to quantity. Quantity here now means how many books do you have in your shopping list? You have 5 books. How many pens do you have in your shopping list? You have 2 pens. You need 2 pens. Then how about rubber? Oh, rubber is missing. They have not given us the number of rubber that we need, but we shall get it because they have put here a dash, meaning we are supposed to find that quantity. Then we come to the unit cost. Unit cost here means the cost of each book. The cost of one book is 300 shilling. Then here, the cost of one pen, they did not give it. They made it blank space. Supposed to complete this. Then under the unit cost for the rubber, they say each rubber, one rubber is 600. Now, when we come to the total cost, you have bought five books, and each book you bought it at 300. So what is your total cost of the five books? You feel it. Then here they are saying the total cost of 2 pens is 2,000, but they did not give you the cost of 1 pen. So you are supposed to feel it. That means here you are supposed to get the unit cost. Then here also they have given you the total cost of the rubber. So the total cost of the rubber, all the rubber you bought at 1,200, but each rubber is 600. So how many rubber gives you this 1,200? You are supposed to find it. Then finally, there is what they call total expenditure. Total expenditure here means all these totals that you have, you are supposed to add them all. If you get here the total for the books, you have here the total for the pens, you have here the total for the rubber. So all the total give you what we call the total expenditure. What you have spent for all the items is what we are calling the total expenditure. Now, where am I going to involve you right now? Let's fill this table one by one. Let's begin filling in under books. We identify under books that the total cost is missing. So how do we find the total cost for the 5 pens? For the 5 books, sorry? Let's have Stephen. Stephen, can you come on and tell us the total cost for the book is missing? How do we find the total cost? Oh, Stephen, you unmute and mute yourself. Okay, let's go to another person. Let's go to another person. Okay, let me try to ask Prosper. Prosper, how do we find the total cost of the books? Okay, Prosper, also I think the network disappeared. Okay, so let's go. I must ask you, okay, Brian and Gideon. Yes, Brian? Okay, Brian, we are filling in the table. They asked us to complete the table. Now we are starting with the books. You go item per item. So under books, we have 5 books, but each book is 300. So how do we find the total cost of 5 books? Yes, Brian? Brian? Okay, let's go to Agaba. Yes, Agaba. How do we find the total cost of 5 books? Agaba?
Yes, teacher.
How do we find the total cost of 5 books?
We multiply.
We multiply. Very good. What are we going to multiply? Very good. We are going to multiply the quantity times the unit cost. So in this case, we are going to multiply 300 shillings times. So here you want to fill in the space is given. So once in that space, you pick your 300. You know that you are going to multiply to get this total cost. So it will be 300 shilling. You get your 300 shilling. That is the unit cost. That is the cost of one book. So you multiply it by 5 because you want 5 books. So each book is 300. So 5 books, how much will you get? Okay, so let's get someone to multiply for us this. Let's get someone to multiply for us this. Who is ready? Okay, you just need to put up your arms if you are ready to multiply. Yes, we have Teddy. Yes, Teddy, come on and multiply that.
0 times 5 equals 0.
Okay, you can go ahead.
0 times 5 equals 0. 3 times 5 equals 15.
So how much is that?
1,500 shillings.
Very good. Then you come here and fill in 1,500 shilling. So members, have you understood how you can get the total cost once it is missing? How you are going to be filling the table? So there you multiply. To fill in the total cost, you multiply. So thank you so much, Teddy. Okay, so let's go to, let me ask some few people whether you have understood how we have got the total cost for the 5 books. Members, have we understood how we have got the total cost of 5 books?
Yes, sir.
Yes, teacher, understand.
Okay, you have understood. So let me ask some few people. If you get the notifications, tell us, how did we get the total cost? How did we get the total cost? We have some few people who are supposed to talk. Okay. How did we get the total cost?
We multiplied.
Very good. What did we multiply? What did we multiply?
300 times 500.
Very good. So members, if you are going to be filling in that total cost, you are going to be multiplying. Then let's go to the next number, that is under pens. The item is pen. How many pens do we need? How many pens do we have in our table? Yes, how many pens do we have?
2 pens.
How many? We have 2 pens. Very good. Now, now we have 2 pens, but they have not given us the cost of each pen. We are supposed to find the cost of each pen, which they are calling it the unit cost. Now, I want someone to tell us, how do we get the unit cost of a pen? How do we get the cost of 1 pen? We have the total cost of all the 2 pens is 2,000. All the 2 pens that we have bought. And the total means the price for all the 2 pens here. All the 2 pens here is 2,000. So what is the cost of 1 pen, which we are calling it the unit cost? So how do we get that unit cost? How do we get that unit cost? Okay, how do we get the unit cost? Very good, Ben. Ben, can you come on? Ben Carson, yes.
By multiplying.
Ben, what are we going to multiply, Ben?
Shillings 2,000 times 2.
Ben, when we are going to fill in the shopping list table, multiplication is only when we are finding the total cost. That is when we multiply. But once we are getting the unit cost, and once we are getting the, here, when we are getting this unit cost, this one, when we are getting the unit cost, and when we are getting the quantity, all these two, we are supposed to divide. Multiplication is only when we want this total cost for the item. Only when we want this total cost for the item, that's when we multiply. But in this case, when we want the unit cost, there we are not going to multiply. Remember that I told you to note something. In my note there, I told you that for you to find the unit cost in my note, I said unit cost is equals to total cost divide by, I'm going to divide by quantity. Total cost divide by quantity. This is what I said in the note that I gave you. Okay, this is what I say in the note, that we are going to be dividing total cost by the quantity for us to get the unit cost. So therefore, to get this unit cost of the pen, of the 2 pens, now our total cost is 2,000. So we pick our 2,000 like this. Pick our 2,000 like this. Then we come and divide it. You can use any method you want to divide. So you can come and put out of 2 pens. Then you begin dividing. So in this case, we are going to say 2 divided by 2, we shall get 1. And also this one, we shall divide 2 divided by 2, which is 1. So if you draw your balls here, 2, you find 2 divided by 2 is 1. Now, how about when you have 0? If you have 0, 0 divided by 2, you will get here 0. And then 0 divided by 2, you will also get here 0. So make sure you cancel them. When you divide, you cancel. Then this 0 divided by 2, also you get here 0. So the unit cost of a pen is 1,000. So here you get 1,000. So members, for you to get the unit cost, then after getting your 1,000, come back and fill in the table because they told you to complete the table. So come back and put your 1,000 here. So members, this is how we get the unit cost. When the unit cost is missing, we divide. Remember the total cost was missing here. For us to get this total cost, we said total cost equals to, we multiply the quantity times unit cost. So this is what you do, members. This is what you do. This is what I started with, which you need to master these points. Once you are going to get the total cost, you multiply. Once you are going to get the unit cost here, we divide. So let's go to rubber. Let's go under rubber. Under rubber, what is missing? In the table under rubber, what is missing? Members, what is missing under rubber? Okay. What is missing? What are we supposed to find? What are we supposed to fill in under rubber?
Quantity.
Very good. So we are supposed to fill in the quantity. Now, how do we fill in that quantity? How do we get that quantity? Yes, we have Chalia. Chalia, how do we fill in that quantity? I got you somewhere, but you ran very fast. Oh, Wamono. Yes, Wamono. How do we fill in that quantity? Wamono? Yes, Wamono. How do we fill in that quantity? Okay, Wamono is not able to Okay, so let's get someone else. How do we feel in this quantity? Let me try to ask my girl here. Where are they? Okay, Deborah. Yes, Deborah. How do we feel in the quantity, Deborah? Deborah, are you there? Yes. Yes, Deborah. I see so many hands up, but they are not talking. Let's go to Dalen. Dalen, how do we feel in the quantity, Dalen?
We divide.
Oh, don't just say we divide. Tell us, what are we going to divide by what?
We are going to divide.
Go ahead and talk.
1,000.
So here we are going to say quantity is equals to total cost, that is total cost.
1,200 shillings divided
by the unit cost. Eh?
yes.
Okay, so let me put my division symbol for the division there, like this. So whenever the quantity is missing, our girls there, they are saying we are going to divide. Our girls there, they are saying we are going to divide. So let's get at least a boy, since the girls have already said that we are going to divide. So boys, let's come on and divide. Boys, let's come on and divide. Let's pick Daniel. Boys, let's come on. Girls, you can mute yourself. You have already told these boys that we are going to divide. So let them come and divide for us. Yes, Daniel, can you come on and divide for us, Daniel? Daniel, please. Daniel, please. Okay, Daniel is... Oh, I have realized that some of you just put your hands up for fun. If you know you are not able to talk, you rather leave your hands down because you will tempt the teacher to pick you. Alvin, Daniel, can you come on and we divide? Girl said when we want to get the quantity, we are supposed to divide the total cost by the unit cost. So
Total cost. Total cost divided by unit cost is equal to shillings 1,200 divide by 600.
1,200 like this. Divide by 600. Good.
0 divided by 0. Yes, 0 divided by 0 is equal to 0. 0 divided by 0 is equal to 0. 12 divided by 6 is equal to.
So here we have remained with 12 out of 6, isn't it? Okay, yes. 6 divided by 6 is 1, and then 12 divided by 6 is 2, isn't it? So the boy has got 2. So there you come back here and fill in and say, this is your 2. So if you want to be detailed enough, you can even write rubbers. And why are you playing when you are participating? You are trying to give us the answer and you are giving us correct answer, but you are playing down there. Okay, so members, you can see in this table, number 1, the way we have been filling in, that is how you are going to be filling in the table. Look at this question, you're already learning it from primary 4. Okay, you're already learning it from primary 4. And even when you have the new MK primary mathematics, you will find these questions that we are talking about. New MK primary mathematics, pupils book 4. You will be able to find a lot of practice in that book and you will do them. Okay, it is in page 142. you will be able to do a lot of practice in the numbers. So you can see that you are already learning this in P4, and I want you, when you continue to P5, you may learn the same thing. You continue to P6, you may now learn the same thing, or you may not learn. So the idea you are getting from P4, please don't think that you are just joking here. So members, let's go to number 2, but I hope you have understood how we have been filling in the table. Members, have you understood how we have been filling in the table?
Yes. Yes.
So,
No, teacher, I didn't finish.
hey, you are not going to finish from here. We are going to put the work in the Google Classroom. Don't mind of finishing from here. So here we are just trying to teach you how you can go about with these questions. So when you go to the Google Classroom, you will find this work there, and you will be able to answer. Your work here is to pay attention, participate, so that you can be able to do. So this is what we have already done. To get this total cost, we have multiplied 300 by 5, and we got there 1,500. Also, to get the unit cost, we divided 2,000 by 2, we got here 1,000. Then here also, we divided 1,200 by 6, we got there 2 rubbers. Now we finally have to get the total expenditure. So in this case, to get this total expenditure, we are supposed to add the total cost for books, we add the total cost for pens, and we add the total cost for rubber. Then there we shall be getting the total expenditure. So this total expenditure now means how much have you spent on all these items all together. That is what we do. So to get this one here, to get this blank space here, you add all the totals. So we have the first totals here as 1,500, that is for the books. Then we have the second total as 1,200. We also have the third total as 2,000. So when we add 0 plus the 0 plus the 0, we shall get 0. Okay, I have it there. 0 plus 0 plus 0, we have 0. 0 plus the 0 plus the 0, we have 0. So we have 5 plus 2, we have 7. 7 plus the 0, we remain with 7. So here we have 1 plus 1, and then we get 2. 2 plus 2, we get 4. So in this case, after doing all this, you are supposed to come back and fill in. Like now, I've done, now I'm filling in my answers. After multiplying, I come back and fill in 1,500 because I multiplied and got. Then again, I come back here, I fill in 1,000. So you put here 1,000 for, you put here 1,000. Here, you fill in your 1,000 because you got the unit cost for the pens, 1,000. How about the rubber? Under rubber, we have got 2 rubbers. You come and fill in 2 rubbers like this because they told you to complete the table. How about all the expenditure? The total expenditure we have got 4,000. We have got 4,700. So that is how you fill in the table. Okay, so now we can go to the next question and we summarize. So you can see that I've already filled in this table. It was missing the blank spaces, so you can see I've got there. You can see also I got 1,000 there. We got 2 rubbers there. We got 4,700 for the total expenditure. So that is how we do this question. So let's go to number 2. Let's go to number 2. This is our number 2. This is our number 2. Can someone read for us? What are they saying? Number 2, what are they saying? Let me get someone to read for us. Number 2 on top there. What have they said? Okay, who is ready to read? We are now summarizing in this number. Okay. We have Del. We have Del who want to read for us. Del, yes, you read. Del, can you read?
Fill in the blank spaces in the lists below.
Okay, can you try to read the list also?
Rice, meat, tomatoes, cooking oil.
Okay, under quantity, what do we have?
3 kilograms of rice, 2 kilograms of meat. There's no tomatoes.
Then
5
cooking oil.
kilograms of cooking oil.
Under unit cost.
Shillings 2,500.
Okay, then for meat.
There's no.
Okay, for tomatoes.
Shillings 600.
And then for cooking oil.
Shillings 600, 200.
Okay, this is 6,200 shillings. Can you say 6,200 shillings?
6,200 shillings.
Then when we come to total cost, you find that under rice, the total cost is missing, isn't it?
Yes.
How about under meat? What is the total cost for the 2 kilograms of meat?
Shillings 14,000.
What is the total cost for the tomatoes?
Shillings 1,200.
Do we have the total cost for the cooking oil?
No.
We are supposed to find. So thank you, members. Thank you, Del, for your reading. At least you have tried to now tell them what is missing and what is there. So now let's come back and fill in, members. Let's fill in now faster. Our time is remaining only 6 minutes, but we can be able to fill in this. Trinity, can you come on and we fill in number 1? Under rice, Trinity. Yes, Trinity. Under rice, what are we going to do?
We're going to multiply 200. Shillings.
Trinity, you tell that person to keep quiet. There is somebody making noise near you. Trinity, you are saying something very important. Try to tell them to keep quiet. Okay, go ahead.
We're going to multiply shillings 2,500. You're very bad.
We are going to multiply by Trinity, can you go ahead?
We're going to multiply 2,500 times 3.
Okay, can you multiply?
0 times 3, 0. 0 times 3, 0. 5 times 0.
5 times 3.
5 times 3, 15.
What do we get? 15. So 15, what should I write?
5 only.
5 only, and we shall regroup 1. Eh?
Yes.
Then 3 times 2, what do you get?
3 times 2, 6.
6.
And you also add the 1 in it.
Okay, what do we get when we add 1?
7.
7. Then we come here and write 7. So how much is 3 kilograms of rice?
Shillings 7,500.
Then you come back here and fill in that you are shilling 7,500. 500. So that is how you get the total cost. Thank you so much, Trinity. Can I also give opportunity to another person to answer for meat?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So at least members, you take example from Trinity's. She has been loud and clear. She has been loud and clear. Can we also ask someone here to be loud and clear, like our friend? Let's go to Ntege. Ntege Pat. Ntege. Okay,
Yes,
Ntege,
teacher.
come and yes, we are under meat. Under meat, the
Yes,
unit cost
teacher.
is missing. How do we get the unit cost for meat? Yes. Boy, how do we get the unit cost for meat?
We divide.
We divide. What are you dividing?
We divide.
Yes, what are we
We
dividing?
divide.
What are we going to divide? Yes, what are we going to divide? Yes, you said very well that we divide. Okay, let's go to Isma. Yes,
We
Isma,
divide.
what are we going to Isma, what are we going to divide?
Keep quiet. You divide the total cost. Total cost divide by quantity.
What is the total cost?
14,000.
Okay, 14,000. We are going to divide it by, what is the quantity?
2 kilograms.
Okay, can you divide now?
0 divide by 2, 0.
You start dividing from 14. 14 divide by 2.
14 divided by 2 is equal to 8.
You try to count properly. When we have here 2 and we count 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. How many are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Isma, it is 7, eh?
Okay.
So then now, 0. Isma, can you tell your friends to keep quiet?
Yes, keep quiet. Khadija, go outside. Teacher, keep quiet.
Isma, can we continue?
Yes. Yes.
0 now. 0 divided by 2 is
0.
Then 0 divided by 2 is
0.
and then 0 again divided by 2 is
0.
Of course, here we divided also by 2. So what answer have we got for the unit cost of meat? So how much is this?
We've got shillings 7,000.
Then you come here and fill your 7,000. Very good, Isma. Okay, Isma, I wanted you to participate. That's why I didn't mute you. But next time when they ask you to talk, please try to make sure that your background has no noise. Let's go to Yvonne. Yvonne, can you come on and find tomatoes? What is missing under tomatoes, Yvonne? Yes, Yvonne. Okay, what are we going to get here?
We divide.
What are we going to divide?
The total cost divide by the unit cost.
What is the total cost for this case?
1,200.
1,200 shilling. We are going to divide it by
600.
Now, you get the difference here. Here it has 600. There are 2 zeros, but here it had only 2. There was no 0. So since you have 2 zeros down and 2 zeros up, you can first cancel those 2 zeros. Are you getting, my friend?
Yes, teacher.
So when you cancel the 2 zeros, you will remain with the 12 out of what? Out of 6. So now you divide 12 by 6. What do you get? Yvonne, 12 divided by 6. Yvonne, 12 divided by 6. You want me to count for you?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, we have 6 people here. I have 6 of the Yvonne here. There are 6 like this. Then you count 12. You count. I'm not going to count for you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
How many is each person getting?
2.
Meaning that 12 divided by 6 is what? Is 2. So then 6 divided by, so the kilograms of tomatoes is, here you come and fill in 2. Are you getting that?
Yes, teacher.
Thank you so much for filling in that. Let me also ask another person to get for us this one. Another person to get for us the one for cooking oil. Cooking oil, the total cost is missing. So how do we get the total cost for cooking oil? Okay, Mariana, can you come and get for us the total cost for cooking oil? Mariana, I know we have passed by 3 minutes, but it is important for us to finish this. Mariana. Okay, I'm going to lower your hands. The first person who put up the hand is the person I'm going to pick. Very good. Stephen, you are the first. Stephen, the first. So Stephen, can you come on and answer that, Stephen?
Yes, please, teacher.
Okay, can you answer under cooking oil, the total cost is missing. So how are we going to find the total cost there?
We shall add.
Here. We have not yet come to the total expenditure. We want the total cost of cooking oil. Each liter should be liter here. Here should be liter. Each liter of cooking oil is 6,200. But we want 5 liters. So how much are we going to pay for 5 liters? This total cost. We are not yet in the total. We multiply. What are we going to multiply?
5 liters times 6,200 shillings.
Very good. I've arranged for you vertically. Can you multiply now?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah, you begin.
5 times 0, 0. 5 times 2, 10. 5 times 6. 30,
first go slow. You have 5 times 2, we have got 10. Should I write all the 10?
No, you put 0 and carry 1.
Okay.
No.
Then 5 times 6.
30.
30. 30, what do I write?
You add 30 plus the one that you carried.
Then it becomes what?
31.
Here becomes 31. So what is the total cost of 5 liters of cooking oil?
31,000 shillings.
31,000 shillings. Very good. Okay, thank you, Stephen, for that. Thank you. So finally, let's get someone to now give us this one, which we are saying the total expenditure. So total expenditure here now means that the expenditure for all the items. So here we have the one for cooking oil, we have the one for rice, we have the one for tomatoes, we have the one for meat. So we are supposed to get the total expenditure. So how do we get that? That is my question. Okay, how do we get that? Who is ready to answer for us this? Oh, some people did not mute themselves. You mute yourself. Nimrod, can you answer for us that, Nimrod? Nimrod?
Hello.
Yes, Nimrod. Okay, so since Jasmine prayed for us, Jasmine, can you come and answer that?
Yes.
You prayed for us at the beginning. Okay, so how are we going to answer the total cost? Jasmine?
You get 700.
700
I want only Jasmine to talk.
Plus 14,000 1,200 shillings plus 31,000 shillings.
Okay, so let me just begin with the highest. The biggest is 31,000. 31,000 shilling. I add 14,000 shilling, and then I add 7,500. Then also I add 1,200. So I'm going to arrange it according to the placed value. So here we have that. Also this one we have this. So we are supposed to add. Now can you add this since I've arranged for you?
0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0, 0. 0 plus 0 plus 0, 0. 0 plus 0 plus 5, 5. 5 plus 2, 7. 1 plus 4, 5. 5 plus 7. 12. You put 2, you carry the 1.
There is 1 here. 12 plus 1.
12 plus 1 equals 13.
Okay, you write 3 and you carry
1. 1 plus 3, 4. 4 plus 1 equals 5.
So how much is that all together?
53,700.
Very good. So the total expenditure for all the items is 53,700. Very good. Very good, Jasmine.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So members, this is how you are going to fill in the table. This is how you are going to fill in the table. I've already organized for you these answers. The table is there in your Google Classroom, and you will be able also to find the exercise. There are some numbers I've put for you to fill the table. But in case of any questions, you can ask before we close, because we are going to end it now. This is where we are going to stop. I understand we have gone beyond our time, but it's okay. It's okay. So we can end there for now. So members, thank you for paying attention. You have been very good children. You participated very well. So
welcome, teacher.
Yes, I'm going to put this work in there. Okay, thank you.